Hey, it's Melanie. Thanks for coming back. So I'm new at this whole thing and new at making videos, which is pretty clear. But I decided to do some fun, like quick makeup videos on my Instagram, which is at WonderMelBeauty on Instagram, if you want to catch it there. And then I also thought I would do on YouTube kind of more instructional videos and kind of talk more about what I'm doing. So these videos will be a little bit longer and kind of give, you know, maybe the reason why I'm doing something or why I'm using something, why I love it, all that kind of good stuff. I'm not an endorser for anything that I use. So the opinions I give are because I've used the product. And I know way too many people that wear makeup, so I would never be dishonest. You may not agree with me, and what works for me may not work for you, but I will give my honest opinion because I've seen people at Ralph's before at the grocery store, and if I'd said something that was not cool or not right or recommended something that was not great, I would see you again, and I hope to see you again. And to those that I haven't met, I hope to once meet you. But just know that going forward. So thank you for coming back to my Instagram. Today I'm going to be doing something very fun and colorful, I hope. I'm using the Melt palette, the Vida Muerte. I hope I said that right. But it is a collection that is so beautiful. The Vida palette, I haven't, like I said, I haven't used it yet. And you'll know very clearly why I got it. So these colors, I mean, look at that green. Hello and good day. So that is that palette. And then the Muerte palette is, wow, look at that. So beautiful. So I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do with my eyes because there's so many colors to choose from, and I can only use a few. So yeah, I'm going to use a different foundation that I've been using. My other videos, I've been using the Lime Life by Alcone foundation, which I've just recently discovered. I know a lot of other pros use it and use it in their kit. So I wanted to try it and I'm really, really loving it. But I do have a few other ones that I kind of like. So, or really do like. They're just not my current favorite anymore. Because like I said, these forehead expression lines, you know, they're not really that bad until I put makeup on them. And then of course makeup will accentuate lines. So lately I feel like the Lime Life by Alcone conceals them the most by far. So that's my reason, but I'm gonna use a different one today. So let's get started. I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera because they're the same as always. I am using a different primer today. I have the Meteorite primer from Guerlain, which is kind of the collection with the Meteorite pearls, the powder that I use. It's a really beautiful kind of plumping primer. So for the very fine lines you have, it kind of plumps them up and fills them out so they're not as obvious when you wear makeup, when you put your foundation on. So it also has a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, a little bit of a pearliness. So it kind of brightens your skin. It's really pretty even without makeup on. You can just wear it over your moisturizer as kind of just like a little bit of illumination or dewiness. So I put the primer on my eyes today. I'm still using the Lorac eye primer. I did that before I did my eyebrows. That way my eyebrows would have the opacity on the skin that I like. So that's that. While that sits, I'm gonna get started on my eyes. Like I said, I'm actually a little bit nervous. I haven't used a palette yet, so I am going to start with my poor little Huda. I'm just going to use the Skin Color one to seal the eye primer. That way my eyeshadow will blend really nicely on top. And the one thing I will say about the Melt Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes is they are insanely crazy beautifully pigmented. So if you don't blend it, you know, put it on a surface that's ready to be blended, it's going to be more difficult. I'm not going to show you the palettes because I'm honestly afraid to handle them too much, but I'm going to start with the lighter Vida palette, the first one I showed you with my crease, and then I'm going to move into the darker Muerte palette. I hope I'm saying that right. Today's mug I bought in a gallery in Montana when I went there for my grandmother's 90th birthday last year. Okay, I'm going to start with the orange for my crease. Okay, that's not bad. So I'm using this orange here, which is the color Soul. Red. So I don't want to tap my brush because I'm just going to throw my eyeshadow on the floor or on my clothes or something like that. So it kind of drives me crazy when I see people tap into eyeshadow or blush or whatever and then toss it on the floor. So what I do is I kind of tap it into my brush, tap it on your counter, and that way it kind of falls into the brush and it kind of comes out as you use it. Whoa. That's some color, all right? Okay, so I want to use the pretty teal to blue transition on my lid, which is in the darker palette here. So I'm going to use this one and then this one here. Okay, it goes nothing, as they say. Now I'm just going to take the same brush and just kind of fuzz that line in between. So it's like a soft transition. Sometimes you have to go back and forth, adding a little bit of one color versus the other. Kind of help it blend. Add a little more of this lighter color because I'm really loving the lighter color. There we go. And that kind of transitions into the darker color. Looks a little rough for now, but that's okay. I'm gonna take a relatively clean shader brush and blend the transition between my lid and my crease. Just a little bit. Okay, so I can see a little spot on my left eye that I missed with the darker blue. So whatever I do on one side, I need to do on the other. So I'm just gonna add a little more there too. That kind of reinforces the transition from the teal to the blue too. Very lightly. All right, so I need one more color to smooth that transition. So I'm trying to decide if I should do the dark blue. I should probably do the dark blue. So I'm gonna pick up this dark blue matte right here and go into that crease. Ooh, this one looks super pigmented too. Let's see. And I'm tracing that line between my lid, the blue and the teal, and that red. And then we're gonna drag the shadow out. So I'm not windshield wipering anymore. I'm just dragging it out. Just kind of want to have a little bit of smokiness on the outside. I'm gonna add a little more of that teal on top again. I feel like it's gotten a little lost or muddled. There we go. That pop back there. There we go. Grr, technology. I decided that my lips needed to be a little orangier, so I grabbed an orange lip gloss from NARS. So I'm just gonna put it straight on top of that one, see if that does anything. Yeah, that does a little bit. Cool. That's a little more coral. I don't know. All right, we'll see. But I did, however, decide that I needed lashes, so there's no way around that. I'm gonna use my Hourglass eyeliner. I'm just gonna kind of go along the top of my lid a little bit, just a little bit, and stamp. So when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. I'm not doing a wing, like you can even really see it. I want to see all eyeshadow. So this is just gonna help hide those lash strips. There we go. All right, so I haven't even measured these. I'm just taking them off right now. So let's see. Let's see if I need to trim them. I don't think I will, but let's see. Nope. All right. Yes, ma'am. The one thing I realized I didn't do was my highlighter, so I did bring a new one down today as well. I brought the MAC Show Gold, which I love. It's kind of holographic, it's pink, it's gold. It's so pretty. And it's gonna pick up that Lilium blush really beautifully. Okay, so that is my makeup today. Little fun, little bold, little crazy, a little quarantine awesomeness. So I hope you're managing to keep busy. I finished a 500-piece puzzle in just a few hours, because what else am I gonna do? Thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, please put them below. If you like the video, if you're curious, if you wanna watch more, I think subscribe is down here. I think so. I hope you have a beautiful day. Enjoy the time with your family, and let's make up tomorrow.